This is the Prime Minister, and a very warm welcome to BA Flight 9100 to Mumbai. This is the biggest trade mission to India that the UK has ever sent.
Deal done, but now he's gleefully coming back for more, and the feeling is mutual. Hundreds of billboards lining the highway to Mumbai to welcome Sir Keir Starmer and his delegation of around 130 chief executives, business leaders and university vice-chancellors.
By the time I walk around on the plane on the way home, I want each of you to tell me what you've got out of this trip, a deal, a contact or something else.
The government say they've already got 3 Bollywood films out of it to be filmed in the UK, creating over 3,000 jobs and boosting the economy by millions. 5 months ago, the UK and India signed a landmark free trade agreement. It will come into force next year, and by 2040, it should boost that trade by an additional £25.5 billion, according to the government. But of course, trade cuts both ways.
My mum started out of literally 2 sewing machines in the balcony, then moved to working out of a slum. Now you have about 100 stores.
Just in India?
In India. And then we have about 4 stores internationally.
Is London one of them?
Not as yet, but on the cards, yeah. And now with the trade deal, it's more likely that it'll happen sooner than later.
Tariffs on textiles will go from 12% to effectively 0. For the clothing line House of Anita Dongre, it's enough to open up the market because their competition isn't a cheaper garment, it's a cheap flight.
There is immense buying power amongst the South Asian community in the UK, but you know, they have so much access back home. You know, they have family back home, they have friends back home, and when they see that the pricing is too far apart from how it's priced back home, for them it's just maybe easier to get on a flight and buy the product from India, from Mumbai or Delhi.
So is that what people are doing?
People are doing, or they're ordering online.
This is high-end couture. When the Princess of Wales wore one of their dresses a few years ago, demand crashed their website for 2 weeks. And it's this trade in higher-end products like textiles from India, whiskey from Scotland, that both nations think will accelerate.
I'm guessing this labour is cheaper than labour in the UK. The materials are cheaper than buy them in the UK. So are you going to be able to come in and undercut UK suppliers, or do those suppliers actually exist?
No, I think what we do is it's very different, it's very unique. Typically in the Indian couture space, it's a more mom and pop setup.
Yeah.
In the UK, in the US.
Trade deals are a multi-dimensional game of chess, balancing off the economic against domestic sensitivities. India, for example, would like more UK working visas. Sir Keir Starmer is desperately trying to keep migration down, so on the plane coming out here, he said he would not be relaxing the rules on those visas. On top of all of that, you have the geopolitical. Just as Sir Keir was taking off, his Indian counterpart, Narendra Modi, took to social media to post about his friend, Vladimir Putin, to say how he personally appreciates Putin's commitment to India-Russian relations. Keir Starmer finds himself in the awkward position where his enemy's friend is now one of his most valued trading partners.
While the UK is signing deals, Donald Trump is slapping sanctions on India for buying Russian oil, effectively funding the war in Ukraine. This afternoon, Sir Keir was asked if he will ask India to stop it.
Well, our position on Ukraine is very, very clear. And we've been strong supporters of Ukraine from the beginning of the conflict. We're one of the leading countries in the coalition of the willing. Tomorrow we will work through what further we can do together. So both our defence of Ukraine is as solid as ever, and we're a leading player in that. But I'm also really pleased that the relationship with India is really strong, probably stronger now than it's been for some considerable time.
But will you ask him to stop buying Russian oil?
Well, our position on energy into Russia is to bear down on the shadow fleet more than anything.
Tomorrow, these 2 prime ministers meet. The question, what will be foremost in Sir Keir's topics of conversation? Putting on pressure over Putin, or deals and the economic growth he's desperate for?